Hi there! Today I'm going to go ahead and show you how I put on my nails. Normally for my parties and friends and customers I always post a whole bunch of different pictures and videos of different methods that you can use for putting on your nails, but the reality is that I use all of them, or at least pretty much all of them. So I thought that rather than posting a whole bunch of different videos, I would just go ahead and show you what I do step by step. I'm only going to do a couple nails. I'm going to do all of my nails, but I'm only going to make you watch me do a couple because you don't want to sit here and stare at me do my nails for like a half hour. But let's just go ahead and get started. So here we go. This is my little companion here who helps me out. I've got all the supplies that I need, including Cheerios, which really is key if you're doing this with a sidekick. I have my Jamberry heater. Love it. I used a blow dryer for a long time. Then I got this. I love this, but you can certainly use a blow dryer or a space heater actually works great. No problem. I have my little Jamberry cuticle pusher. Gotta have this or one of these. You can pick them up at Target or wherever. Or if you want a Jamberry one, let me know. I have my scissors for cutting my wraps. I have my nail file. I have my plastic baggie, just a normal sandwich bag. This one I reuse. I just now keep it in with my nail supplies. I've got a couple of little cotton balls here, a set of tweezers. How cute are these? I found these at Sally Beauty Supply on clearance. They would be terrible if you were doing your eyebrows, but they're super cute for doing your nails. And then I have my trusty little flat iron that I'll show you how to use right at the end. Okay, oh, and I have my wraps because, you know, what's the point of this without your wraps? Oh, and I also have my Jamberry nail prep. You can use rubbing alcohol too. I love this stuff though, and it's in the coolest little pump, so you can set it flat, and that's actually what I'm going to do first. I just go ahead and I kind of push down on it. It gets it wet, and I love that I don't lose anything because it all goes right back into the bottle. And I'm just going to rub a little bit here over my nails just to get them clean and make sure there's no extra oils or anything that would cause my wraps to lift. Then I'm going to take my trusty little cuticle pusher and I'm going to make sure that my cuticles are all pushed back. You can either use this kind, or actually I love, here in my little bag of tricks, the metal spoon type works even better, okay? And they're not that expensive. It's just the kind that they use if you, go get a pedicure at a salon or a manicure. So I'm just going to go ahead, push back, make sure I've got no yucky cuticles. Oh, there's the other one. Say hi, Lils.
Hi.
All right, I'm just going to go ahead and push back all my cuticles. Make sure they're really back. If yours haven't been done in a while, you can always we have a great new cuticle remover pen. Looks like, where is it? Here we go. It looks like this. And it's got a little brush end on it. And you just kind of rub that over your nails, and it does a great job of helping you make sure you get everything off. But mine, since I've been doing this, they're actually not half bad. And then a lot of times I like to give it just another little quick wipe with the alcohol or the nail prep cleanser just to make sure they're good to go. Alright, so that's that. Got the nails prepped. They're ready. And now I'm going to go ahead and get my first wrap on. So this is a full sheet of wraps. If you haven't seen one, you can get a whole bunch of uses out of it. So I'm going to go ahead and I'll just do my pinky here. So I'm going to match that up. I know I've done this enough. My pinky matches my smallest wrap. So I'm going to go ahead and cut that off. If you really want to get the most out of your wraps, you can just peel them back. But at this point, I usually just cut the whole thing off and cut it in half because it's just a little bit easier that way. Yes, there's a little more waste. But I'm enough of a jam addict that I've decided that I change it up every week anyway. So here you go. I've got my little wrap cut out. I'm going to go ahead and just cut it in half. Alright. I'm going to get my heater on so it gets warmed up. And then I'm just going to use my tweezers here to pull the wrap off. So I'm just going to peel it off the backing. There we go. It's on there. And the nice thing about tweezers is you don't actually have to hold it because it's a sticker basically. It'll stick. So I'm just going to heat it up a little bit in front of my heater. There we go. And I'm going to lay it here on my pinky. Make sure it's not touching the skin. Make sure it's not touching the sides. I'm going to use my little cuticle pusher here to push it down. You don't want it touching your cuticle. You don't want it touching the sides. It's better to go a little bit small if you have to. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and push that down all around. Kind of real nice there. I usually do it with my finger just so that I can feel if there are any bumps. So just kind of rub it on over. And now, depending on whether my nails are long and need cutting or are fairly short, I'll either decide to cut or file. I always cut off kind of most of the excess here with my handy dandy little scissors that I've got. And then I'm just going to take my file in this case, because my nails are pretty short right now, and you want to do it at about a 90-degree angle, and you just file straight down, and off it comes. Okay, so you can kind of see kind of the excess there. It's just kind of peeling right off. So I'm just going to peel off the excess that it came off. Looks like I need to do a little bit more on the corners. So I'll just go ahead and do that. Now, if you are lucky and you are blessed with great nails that are not too oily or troublesome, you get to stop right here. You are done, okay? I am not that lucky. So what I'm going to do is a few things to help them really stay on better. So the first thing I'm going to do is take my little baggie here, wrap up my nail, and put it in front of my heater. The baggie is fabulous because it helps to put some pressure on along with the heat, and it makes it so that you can actually keep it in front of the heater a little bit longer, and it doesn't get too hot. So I'm going to do that, and then push it down again while it cools, just to make sure I've really got it sealed. And then another trick that I picked up lately, if you do have one of these nifty little metal ones, hey, it's metal, it gets hot. So you can put that in front of your heater, let that warm up, and then just go ahead and kind of rub it right along the edges and along the back, just to make sure to get those really, 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 really well sealed. So that's kind of one way to do it. And then sometimes, usually I do this later, sometimes even like the next day, just take your little flat iron here, turn it on, let it just start to heat up. Mine works pretty quick. There we go, already there. And then all I do is I just take it, I don't know how well you can see this, and you just kind of press it right along that front edge, like that. It's off, it's not that hot, I can rest my thumb on it, but it's warm. And you just kind of run it right along the edge, and it seals it right up. And it's done. All done. There we go. You can see this is Flirty Flare, which is actually one of our retired wraps that I've been super excited to try out. And then the baby throws his thing on the ground, and I can grab it, and I can reach over, and I can grab my handy dandy Cheerio box, and I can reach on in and give him some more treats. And hey, guess what? My nail looks fine. Try doing that with polish. I think that's about it. Those are most of my tips and tricks for doing your nails. I'm going to go ahead and get to work getting the rest of them on. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope this was helpful. And let me know if there's anything else I can do for you. Talk to you soon. Bye.